Hi, I'm Joaquin, and I have been running to be your student union president. I have been running a positive and respectful campaign focused on a positive change for you. A campaign focused on real policies with solutions to issues such as student engagement and food insecurity. Since then, times have changed. Here's what happened. At 4 p.m. on Wednesday, I was made aware by the student union that they were giving me 3 strikes and actually barring me from campaigning. I submitted a failed appeal and have such officially been disqualified by Kent Union a few minutes before closing the polls. This thus annulled all of your votes for me and impeded on your democratic right to have an election with more than one candidate. There are 4 claims against me, and most of them don't have any actual concrete evidence. They have taken accusations as gospel and have not spent sufficient time to investigate with due process. Our student union is not currently reflecting the needs of our students. It really is just showing the power of executives who do not support our student democracy and transparency within our organization. For such reasons, I will be providing such transparency myself. Trustee Issue 1. This applies to 2 rules, Rule 2 and Rule 7.4, stating all Kent Union and University of Kent policies apply to all election activity. Rule 7.4 states Kent Union student trustees may participate and engage with the election in their capacity as student members, but must remain impartial whilst carrying out their trustee role duties. Why is this relevant? During the Meet the Press event on Monday, which was only the presence of other candidates and Kent Inquirer press, there were 2 complaints made regarding, quote, negative comments about senior leadership of Kent Union and about the Board of Trustees, which I supposedly verified due to being a student trustee. This is an obvious attempt to weaken our student democracy. A student union does not support the students when, quote, negative comments about senior leadership is utilized as an excuse to silence one of only 2 presidential candidates. We have a disengaged student body that has lost its contact and its faith in the students' union. Through such persecutions of transparency, we are witnessing the live death of student voice within our union. This claim has no concrete evidence besides the formal addressing of complaints that were not even attached in their submission to the NUS. In fact, I've remained impartial this entire time and am being chastised for putting students first. I've only highlighted broad working points that I want to change within the union to benefit us, the students. This aligns with my message as my platform is one advocating for real positive change that reflects your needs. Trustee Issue 2 talks about the debate. They said during the candidate debate night where you mentioned Board of Trustees and your role as student trustee. Once again, breaking the 2 rules. With this claim, no direct evidence or quotes were actually provided. Instead, a claim was solely accepted by the NUS and acted on without due processing of an investigation into these claims. There was nothing provided at all that actually showed me explicitly saying what they claim. What's ridiculous about this is the fact that, yes, no evidence was sent to the NUS. But when I appealed, do you know what the NUS said? The NUS actually claimed that I was the one who lacked sufficient evidence. So when we look at this, we really need to analyze what counts as sufficient evidence and what does not. Because as of now, nothing concrete has actually been brought up. We will now be talking about the campaigning offenses. There were 2 of them, and to be honest, whilst one was understandable, the other was a bit ridiculous. So for this, I will be bringing my campaign officer and girlfriend, Anastasia, to explain what happened.
On Monday, the 4th of March, me and Joaquin went to the library with some of our promotional material. Joaquin had some in his bag, and I had some close to my body. 1 poster exactly, around this side. I was holding it towards my body so that it would be illegible and would not be campaigning, as I knew that was an offence and would not occur. It was to my body the whole time. And as we were there in the library, someone that I know to be Lulu's friend, I'm not going to name any names, but I do know this person, I have met them personally, came up to us, told us we can't do that here, put the poster into the bag, and we went about our day waiting for our friend so we can go to the plaza in front of Co-op. This was not campaigning of any kind. It was not even close to campaigning. I was not telling anyone to vote for Joaquin. I was not saying anything about the campaign or about his policies. I wasn't holding the sign up. I wasn't doing anything with it.
So on Monday, they told me about this, and I was honest about the situation that happened. They said, quote, "We appreciate your honesty pertaining to this rule break. On this occasion, you'll be offered a warning and not a sanction due to insufficient evidence." So, what's the rule that they're applying here? Rule 2.2 states, quote, "No campaigning activity should happen within the Templeman Library or Drill Hall Library." However, in the email, they stated, quote, "Please be mindful to not have any of your campaign material in the Templeman Library or Drill Hall Library." These are 2 different things right here. One of them is stating that you can't campaign in the library, and the other one is stating that you can't have campaign material in the library. This is inconsistent with their own rules and regulations, and with such a lack of evidence, this claim should have been invalid. The second claim does have an image attached to it, which does show my poster up in Woody's. So, what happened? Well, what they sent to the NUS was that, quote, my promotional material was placed within a Kent Union building as per attached photos. It was then taken down upon the instruction of the staff. So on Wednesday morning, we all got a notice, all of the candidates, that, quote, posters have been placed in the notice board inside Woody's have been removed and are behind the bar for candidates to collect. This was a general notice, pretty much meaning that I'm not the only candidate that accidentally had this mistake. Second of all, there's something that's very important to refer to here. Context. A friend of mine was putting up posters around campus for both me and my opponent. He no longer is a student of this university, however is still very passionate about politics on campus, which is why the poster ended up in such a place. This wasn't an intentional move to try and put down my opposition, and instead was a mistake from a person who's not even affiliated with the university. Lastly comes probably one of the most hurtful ones for me. The Bunny Appreciation Society. On Wednesday, I was campaigning with the society, who were allowing for anyone to pet the bunnies and even promoted their own society with business cards, while showing support to my campaign with a sign saying, Bunnies for Joaquin. This was reported as a complaint to Kent Union, who then confronted me about the matter, saying that I was offering to buy people bunnies with campaign funds as a result of the sign. This was accompanied by a shameful picture taken by someone hiding behind the election booth, which literally just shows me, my campaign team, and the Bunny Appreciation Society just chilling out with each other. They later scrapped the claim, yet they included the picture in their message to the NUS. Overall, it is time to us to come together, to stand up for democracy. It's not necessarily fair that we're given such a short campaign time. This is not the way a democracy should be run. People should have been able to enact their right to vote. People should have been able to see the results. And together, I hope that we, the people, can actually go out and exercise this right. We can make our voice known that these campaigns simply are not long enough to be able to process such deep things, with even some of the rules not necessarily being specific enough for our application. I remember during the training period for this campaign, there were lots and lots and lots of questions and a lot of dissatisfaction with the way in which the union was doing the election. We have to think, why is it run like this? What are the consequences? And why would they continue? So our time is now, so that this doesn't happen in the future, so that we can work together to make a stronger union that truly represents the students. Thank you.